Back here at Peoria, not much has changed up front. Henry Wiles continues to lead Jared Mees. If anything, Scott, Wiles has maybe picked up a second.
Yeah, he's got a little bit more of a gap, not much. I mean, he's still keeping him honest, but the gap's growing slowly, and he just, here he is on the outside of those rough chatter bumps going in. He's able to square it up and get a great drive out of here, and he's been consistently doing that each lap, and that's allowed him to start to gap Mees right now. But you can see Mees a little bit of a different line as they go into one over the bump, still struggling to turn the bike, I think, get the power down, but doing a great job, and they're just yarded the rest of the field. So
taking a look at the battle back there for third and fourth, that one is separated a little bit. It looks like Baker has lost a little bit of ground as he was fighting with Jake Johnson. You know, this TT format, Scott, was such a big part of the Grand National Championship back in the days, as they say, when you had to win not just on the half miles and the miles, but you had to win on the road courses like Daytona and Road America and places like that. Plus, you had to be good on the TTs, not just here at Peoria, but Ascot, for example, as well.
Well, you had to be good at all disciplines, and when you say that, a name that comes to mind is Kenny Roberts.
Oh, sure, and Dick Mann and the great Gary Nixon as well, for example. Great riders, great championship back then. Kind of miss it, actually. It'd be fun to see it brought back, but you know, you got to wonder what a guy like a Henry Wiles, for example, so good here and obviously strong on the half miles and the miles as well. How would he perform if we put him on the road course? We talked about J.D. Beach earlier. Here's a guy who's certainly shown he's capable of doing all the above.
Yeah, I mean, if we still did it, I guess J.D. might be our best candidate for that possibility. But right now, he finds himself pretty far back in that 11th spot. So, you know, focusing on road racing, he has been mainly, and running for the Graves Yamaha team this year. You know, come back in here and try to beat a guy like Henry Wiles on a one-off weekend is a real tall order for a guy like J.D., but he's a dirt tracker at heart, and he loves racing, and that's why he's out here.
Wiles has worked his way up to the backside of the field. He's actually lapping some of these riders now. He's caught up to the number 2 of Kenny Coolbeth Jr., who has really struggled here this weekend. Kenny came into the day third in the championship standings, and he's going to be one of those guys who's going to be happy just to see Peoria in the rearview mirror as the trucks move on to the next race.
As he looked left, Wiles went around him on the outside and just made that look easy. Coolbeth is scratching his head, I guarantee you, thinking, man, you're right, let's get this done, let's get out of here.
See, Justin Hiddle has also been lapped on the 81.
Yeah, Wiles is just in a zone right now. I mean, he can do it no wrong. He's passing guys wherever they aren't as slower riders. He's dealing with a rough chewed-up track down in turn 1, and he's just letting that Kawasaki do the little dance underneath him. He's not bothered at all. Kind of like a little Sunday cruise for him out here on the 17 today.
He's up to Jake Shoemaker on the 55, which means he's up to 14th position now, and this is really hurting Mees' chances of putting himself in a position to challenge for the win.
Exactly. That is getting that light's getting dimmer and dimmer at the end of that tunnel for him, and it's getting brighter and brighter for making it 10 straight for Henry Wiles as he goes up the inside of another rider off the jump, the 55, Shoemaker. Shoemaker's going, wow, Henry's flying. These guys are probably all just jaw dropping when they see him come by.
Wow, he had that front wheel, looked like it was almost going to tuck. Pulls it back up, keeps on motoring. Next up is Dustin Crowe in 13th on the 61. So as you sit here and you think about the fact that in just a couple of laps, Henry Wiles will have won this event 10 in a row, boy, it sure seems like Cars 13 is achievable.
Obviously it is. I mean, Wiles keeps riding like this, he might get 13 in a row, and that would be something else. But today, he wants that 10 and got one more lap, Ralph, to get that done.
Final lap here at Peoria. Well, we've got the Prince of Peoria, and wonder what we're going to call Henry Wiles when he's all done. Henry Wiles coming to 10 in a row at Peoria. Checkered flag, and he's celebrating, and the Peoria crowd appreciates it.
He put on a clinic today.
Well, it has been a great day of racing here at Peoria, and Henry Wiles is adding his name to the history books here at this great racetrack, as he has now won 10 in a row. Rarefied air for sure. Let's go down and hear from our winner, Henry Wiles.
I was able to pull off another victory here. Feels amazing, you know, it really never gets old. I was able to get a good start. I actually probably, in reality, got a third place start. But I was on the inside. I can't believe those guys hit me the inside every time, but I was able to do a little damage control through the first corner and come out in the lead, you know, and then I think I started to inch away a little bit, but I knew it wasn't anything real substantial, so I just kept riding a good pace. And like I said, I didn't really feel any pressure, so I just kept doing what I was doing, and it turned out to be another phenomenal day at the Peoria TT.
And that it was, and you know, he said he can't believe those guys kept giving him the inside. I'm not so sure they could get down there to stop him.
It didn't really matter, I think. He was going to make it happen the way he rode this weekend, but they did open the door, and he kicked it open and won it.
Well, Jared Mees gave him a run for his money, certainly through the first half of the race.
Don't know what to say. I mean, it was a good day for me, but in all honesty, I really beat him. I mean, there was a few laps there in the beginning where it felt like we rolled up on him, and then he would get that gap back, and I'd roll up on him, get that gap back, and where I kind of lost all my mojo was coming up through the lappers. He just kind of cut through them pretty good, and you know, just when the track kind of like gets 15 laps in, it kind of like everything stops as far as trying to move forward or gaining or losing really, and I just couldn't make it up any more ground really. Henry's always strong here. And
well, he does hang on to the points lead in the national championship over Jake Johnson and Kenny Coolbeth. So for Jared, that works out great. Now let's go back down and hear from our third place finisher, Jake Johnson.
It's a good day. We're staying consistent. You know, another podium. So just need to get that win. We're getting close, I guess, or I don't know. But 4 races to go, we're going to have to do it. We were fast early on, and we kind of got slow, and then started to pick it back up towards the end. So yeah, early on got a decent start. I think was 4th. It was good enough. You know, we were right there in the hunt, and got to battle with Brad a little bit, and he had a big moment over the jump. He landed, and that thing went completely sideways in front of me.
That was quite the moment for Brad Baker, the reigning national champion. Well, the Peoria TT is completed for another year. Now, Henry Wiles will sit back, and he's already counting the days and the minutes before he gets a chance to come back and try to win 11 in a row.
He should be proud of himself. He rode like a champ, and they're going to come up with a good name for him at this racetrack if he keeps it up like that. Made everybody look bad today.
For Scott Russell, I'm Ralph Sheheen. So long from the Peoria TT. Congratulations, Henry Wiles.